You are now tuned to BS3 Network.
Hey everyone, welcome to the Life Happens podcast. I'm your host Grace. Guys, I'm excited about this topic, okay? But before we get into it, as you guys know, the Life Happens podcast is a podcast. Well, can you please stop? Is that you with the ice?
Oh, my bad. I'm sorry. My bad. Hold on. Let me mute myself right quick. I got to get.
It's a podcast where we combine our spirituality with everyday practical things to create this beautiful balance that you see. Thus, our title today is Spouse Outside the House, Work Husbands and Work Wives. Now, this is a fascinating and really an eyebrow-raising subject, is it not? Right? The subject of work wives and work husbands. Some of us have had work sons. Now, if you ever wondered if your office colleague, have you seen these types of relationships evolve and take place? Have you ever wondered when you saw the work wives and work husbands? Are they for real? Because everybody can see what's going on, right? Except their spouses. But before we get into the topic, guys, I just want to say hey to my co-host. Hey, CJ.
Hello.
Well, this was CJ's idea, this topic of work wives and work husbands. Probably because CJ used to be a work son. I don't know.
Yeah, work son, work husband, work boyfriend. I've been on the opposite end. Hey, I got some. Hey, I got some true lives. I got some stories on here. I'm a drop, but it's all good.
There was a work son, and I want to know, CJ. Before, okay, let me not ask you any questions until I greet my other co-host. Hey, Felicia.
Go ahead.
Hey, how y'all doing?
Good. Hey, Kim.
Hello, everyone. How y'all doing?
Good, but y'all, I need to red on Kim because Kim said she was about to call out today until Tanya said she can't come on.
Oh, I was going to because they're having a prayer meeting, an intercession time for Israel. So I really wanted to do that, but yeah.
Y'all,
but I'm here. I'll pray for Israel after this
yes.
is over.
And we may join you after as well.
Yes. Y'all, I went to the fair this past week with my girls. We had so much fun. It's so much fun. If you haven't been to the fair, you should go.
I've been to the fair, but I'm not that excited about it. I don't want to go to eat anyway.
Yeah, we went to the fair and we ate, and we went to the game. We actually went to the Gremlin Prairie View game.
Oh, okay, cool. Battle of the Bands.
Yeah, the Battle of the Bands.
Yeah, me and William did that one year. That's fun.
Yeah, I want to go back next year. It was really, really fun. But we kind of went, my son was going to look at the football team like a guest. So it was really cool. But we're going back this week. My husband said just to eat, because then we just kind of got there an hour before the game and then went to the game. So we're going to go back this week to just go eat.
Yes, I went just to eat, and y'all, it's yummy. The best thing out there is the holy biscuit, Felicia. If you go get a holy biscuit, please.
Okay, I'm gonna check it out.
Word.
What's a holy biscuit?
It's like this homemade biscuit, and then they put brisket, and they put chicken, and they put all this great yummy stuff inside of it, and it's just a yum factor.
Huh. Well, when we went, we did Frito pie, the fried Frito pie.
Oh, I tried that. I didn't like it. Shelby loved it.
If you like Frito pie, you will probably enjoy it because it does taste like Frito pie, but it just...
I tried one and I was like, no. And that fried lasagna, I tried. My daughter Jade's, no.
A holy biscuit. I'm not sure who this is, but hi.
Yeah, no. And the fried pho, everybody was talking about.
Fried pho is so good, y'all. I'm not lying. That was good. It was so good.
The last time I had a
Yes, I'm a
turkey leg,
foodie. I like to eat when I go to the fair. I like that and the car show. It's my
Yeah.
favorite things.
I liked my turkey leg to be cooked. So it was too wet and just tasted very smoky. And I was like, no.
What was that? What did you have?
A turkey leg, like it was too wet.
Oh, I didn't have a turkey leg
I
this
didn't get a
year.
turkey leg. Turkey leg is 20 tickets, y'all.
Hey,
The
Keisha.
pho is 28 tickets, Felicia.
The what?
The pho is 28 tickets.
So it's $28 for the fun?
We
Oh, I
shared
might
it.
not be trying that.
I know. Like 4 people shared it.
So you had a little bit of something.
Yeah, I had some catfish Floyd. It wasn't.
I didn't eat
I
that.
set myself up. I thought it was gonna be, but okay. Let's get to the segment.
Okay, spouse outside the house, work husbands and work wives. And we should have added work sons because you do know that work sons is a thing too. And I know that CJ can elaborate on that.
Shit. Hell yeah. Hey.
What's a work
Yeah.
son? That's new to me.
Hey.
What does a
Girl,
work son do?
that is not new. Is
Nah, you know what? It ain't new, and they need to add goddamn work daughters on there too. Cause shit,
What is a work son? What does that
so
mean?
I mean, so practically, so that's like when like an older lady, you know what I'm saying?
no,
Like
honey, she
that.
don't have to be that old. She could be like 10 years, maybe 7 years.
Okay, okay, okay.
Okay.
Well, just an older
13.
lady. Yeah.
13 years, you know.
Oh
Kim, you
Lord.
tweaking. Kim, you own something tonight. You own something.
You trying to be messy tonight though. I can
Hey,
tell.
for real. She trying to spend chill. Hell, you don't know who
Now
watching.
I had a work brother.
You know what? I'm gonna tell you the truth. When people say, "Oh, this shit," okay, someone tried to set me up with somebody and said that the guy was like their brother. Immediately, I was like, "Nah, I don't think so."
No, because seriously, on the serious tip, he was my work brother. Like he would come. I was dating my husband at the time, and he was dating his wife, that his wife now. He was dating his wife then, and he would just be like, man, he would just tell me stuff, and what can I do to get back in good with her? And I would give him advice, and then he would tell me how men think. But it never went there. We never even went to lunch together alone. Like if we went to lunch, it was with other people. Like we'd be like in a group. So he was my work brother. It was never physical. I don't think he was attracted to me, and I wasn't attracted to him like that. But yeah, it didn't. No. So.
James says, "Nah, ain't no work brothers."
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
I'm telling
And he
you,
wasn't trying to get with me. He had a girlfriend he was totally in love with. He's married too. We both been married at the same amount of time. So
okay.
yeah, he wasn't trying to get with me.
So y'all were friends
Yeah, we were friends.
just at work.
Yeah, no, he didn't have my
outside of
phone
work.
number. He couldn't call me. He couldn't get in touch with me after work. No.
I think, to be honest, I have not had the best luck of being friends with the opposite sex. It just, at some point, for me, now I'm not gonna, and a lot of women say it just has not worked out for me.
But it has to be really a friend, not a guy that likes you.
Right. And so, but you don't, like, sometimes for women, it's hard for us to decide for that, though.
Yeah, no, he didn't like me. I didn't like him either, but he didn't like me like that.
Now, see, but you also gotta find like the dude that's just like he can separate, like having an attractive friend, like she look good, this, that, and the third, but we just need to keep it like that, hey, you look good, you're attractive, but I'm just not trying to date you, I look at you just, I just don't in space, and then especially, or at least for me, it helps because I just be hearing about how you was just getting flipped and tossed and just done the worst way.
Okay.
And so I'm hearing the tea. I'm like,
No.
all right, sis, we gonna pat her there. We gonna fist bump it.
I'm finding out now that is very rare. Work husbands are more, and I've had guys, they didn't say, "Oh, I want to be a work husband," but they were trying to get in, see, put the tiptoe in the water, and then I'm like, no, I don't play like that.
Eric says, I
But then
believe.
I think that when you have a friend like that who you call a work buddy or work spouse or something like that, I believe that those lines can become blurred because maybe you are thinking, oh yeah, that's my brother over there, but maybe he's just biding his time.
I really think I was in a 1 in 100
But you
one-off
need to read this
situation.
comment though. You need to read this comment, Felicia. I think you need to read it, girl.
What? I believe Felicia though. She my
Partner.
Partner.
partner. Oh, okay. Fee pulls no punches and keeps it on the level. Yeah.
Right.
I know when somebody's trying to hit on me or when I'm trying, if I find somebody attractive. But no, I didn't. And to this day, I'm not we're friends on Instagram, you know.
Right.
But I don't know his phone number, never been to his house, never been in his car, never been, I hadn't did anything appropriate. And at the time, we literally were both single. We were in a relationship, but we weren't on paper with nobody. I
So
think that's a 1 in 1 million. I don't see that anymore. It's either they trying to get it or,
yes, they are.
no.
Most of the times they are. But I want to ask you guys, and I think we'll start with CJ. The term work wife or work husband, what does it mean to you?
It means
And have you experienced such a relationship?
so we all know what's up with me. I ain't, me, I keep it chill. Hell yeah. But no, hold on. So what is like a work husband, work wife? That's like when you practically, you know what I'm saying? That you got somebody at the crib, but you got like a dude or a homegirl, raising you up. Hey, you trying to file papers and shit. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you out here trying to stack papers. Hey, you doing this shit, you know what I'm saying? And then he like, damn, you know what I'm saying? Now as far as like, experience, now I'm gonna keep it true. I'm too scared. Too scared. Now, granted,
Well, what
it been some.
scared? What you mean you're too scared? What does that mean?
Because that you messing up like where your money is, and if it go left, then like then everybody like in your business, like what I'm saying. That's why I've been too scared.
Mhm.
Have I been on that approach? Like, yeah, we keep. I'm like, I don't know. And then also just to deep into it, and then I'm gonna let y'all have it. It also depends. Is it like the coworker? Is it like a coworker manager? Or like if you the manager and then you got the so it's a lot of playing that, but I'd be too scared, because I ain't I ain't missing on my money.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
The thing of it is that people don't know how to be discreet nowadays. They want everybody to know your business. And why? I don't know. There's some things you just need to take to the grave, baby. Okay? Why would you want everybody to know your business? Why would you talk about it so publicly anyway?
Because
And
it's
you
the
can say,
society that we live in. It's the society that we live in.
mm-mm. I have a select few people that I talk about my stuff to.
But I mean, it's inevitably. I wouldn't say a work husband is inevitably going to happen, but you're going to develop friendships at work inevitably. But it's about you keeping it professional. Like I've met a lot of Black guys that I work with. They're married. They have wives. I'll be like, hey, what's up? But I'm not. And see, that's the thing. I'm not going to lunch with them. We not sitting in a break room table together whispering. It's a lot of stuff that you can alleviate by just being professional. Like, hey, what's up? That might come to my desk and talk to me, whatever, what have you. But that's it. They're not, but men know who they can, who's gonna let them go there with. It's like I don't play like that. I don't get down like that. I'm like CJ. I don't get my honey where I make my money. No.
Right.
Mm-mm.
I had a friend at work that I worked with, and I mean we were really close. I mean he was a really good friend. We're just really good friends. We talked about everything. Really
Mhm.
nice guy. He was married. I'm married,
What's his
but
name?
his wife would call me his work wife, but
Mm-mm.
I would never call him that.
Uh-uh.
But she used to call me that all the time. Oh, this is his work wife,
Mm-mm.
Deborah. And then I go, that's funny. That's cute that you say that. At first, I didn't know what it was until I like, okay, what is she talking about?
Mm-mm.
Because we were always talking and talking about, because, he has some what is it, medical issues. And, I was concerned about him, hey, this and that, are you taking your medicine, this and that. So she started calling me his work wife. And then he would say, oh, I have two wives.
Ooh, child. And she was, oh, no, she,
Let me tell you, Mr. Washington ain't trying to hear it. You got one husband, I got one wife. No.
But I never called him, I never called him my work husband.
Right.
And I never referred to him as that. I never referred to him as that. You know what I'm saying? But I thought it was odd that she got
husband's wife gave me the title of being a work wife.
Oh, can you say that louder, Felicia? Read it.
Oh, my work husband's wife gave me the title of being his work wife, and we roll with it. We will hang out, kick it, drink, chill together. She knew we kept it professional at all times. See, that's
See?
But again, she hanging with his wife and him, not just them two.
Together, I guess.
When you cross the line, and I've had guys that have crossed the line where they say, "Hey, well, I mean, you go sit out in the car and break." Man, what?
Yeah.
And it's like, "What? No, not like that, not like that."
But
no,
you
not
guys
like
know.
Nothing. No, I'm not going out to your car.
We know people that live.
So I would never go to lunch with him. We would never go out to lunch, just me and him, because of the way it would look. Like, no, we can't,
I'm trying to say both our lives. No.
Yeah.
When
not going out to your car.
When I had a work son, we used to go out to lunch all the time. But anyway, let me play this video.
Okay.
I got questions, but I ain't gonna say that. Go ahead.
Well, you can ask me questions. I might answer. Okay, guys. I'm talking to guys on TikTok. We are live on TikTok. And guys, the title of our podcast today is Spouse Outside the House, Work Wives, Work Husbands. So I want to know you guys' thoughts. So have you ever had a work spouse? And was it kosher or were you different? Because anyway, let me play the video.
Buckle up, because I'm about to read you the most unhinged, wildest DM I've ever gotten. This user writes, "Hey Johan, please keep me anonymous, but we need to warn women about work wives. I saw your video as to why you're against them, but I've actually lived this. My husband of 7 years has been cheating on me with his work wife. Here's how I found out. He and I were about to go on vacation for 2 weeks, but when it came time to submit PTO, he only had 3 days available. When I confronted him, the answer he gave me was that there was a mix-up at the company, and I immediately knew that he was lying to me. I hired a private investigator, and here's what she told me. As it turns out, my soon-to-be ex and his work wife were both leaving work early every now and then, and he was using PTO to cover the difference in the paycheck. He knew that if he didn't cover the hours, I was going to notice. I am an accountant after all. And after all that, it finally makes sense why he never wanted to share his location with me. What hurts me the most is all the time I spend on this man. I'm not going to add too much more to this. All I'm going to say is, next time you're called insecure for not wanting your husband to have a work wife, come back to this video."
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So can you imagine? Who wants to go first? Who wants to go first? I think Kim should go first.
In that instance, I mean, I have known someone who started going to lunch together at work, and it was seemingly innocent, yes, because there was just two friends going to work. But then when other people start talking about, are they dating? They're always together. They're always talking. And then when confronted, the person goes, "We're just friends." They got kind of indignant. Like, "We're just friends. Why is everybody talking about that? Why is that a big deal?" And then to come to find out that they were in a relationship.
They didn't look like we all knew. We all knew.
No.
Kim, maybe you didn't know, because sometimes you can be. But we all knew. Okay, so the background, me and Kim used to work at the same company, and the people she's talking about, every day that the Lord had created, they went out to lunch. And you could see the body language. You could see you could feel the air. Come on now. We all knew. And let me tell you, I ran into the ex-spouse in the grocery store, and I said, "Where's such and such?" And the ex is looking at me like, "What you?" I'm like, "Where is she?" And he was with his new woman. And then it got really quiet. So I said, I'll see you guys later.
You did not.
Man, you done messed up the play.
She didn't know though. Honestly, she really didn't know at that time.
Oh, she did. Oh, okay.
I was like,
So I
damn.
believe that it can start off innocent, but can gain traction and it begins to become something more than what you had intended it to be. I
Right.
think going out to lunch with someone on one to one, talking with them about personal things, I think all that kind of feeds into that whole, you know, it becoming more than just a friendship.
Well,
Absolutely.
oh, go ahead, Bobby.
No, I was just saying, she's right. Absolutely. I'm going to talk after you guys. What were you
Yes, I just don't feel like that's something that so be careful with the work wife thing. You know what I'm saying? I mean, for me it was innocent, but I think you should really be super special. What's that say? We've never said let's
Bro.
out together or none of that. But that super sexy ass UPS driver I was letting spank and it was different.
No.
He was so fine.
Oh my God, Keisha.
He should say,
How you
Hey
wait up?
everyone. I forgot today was Wednesday.
No, but anyway, Felicia, Quincy, because you were about to say something really good. I know it already.
No, it's a work wife and a work husband, wife, work spouse, and it's a very fine line, and both people have to be weary of that fine line. For instance, the guy, he's like, come out to my car because he wanted to listen to some music or something. I'm just like, no, son, no, I don't get in like that. And he's like, we're not gonna do anything, and I was like, I know that, but the appearance of that looks bad.
Exactly.
There's no talking that away. That looks bad, and stuff like, going to break together, doing stuff. You go to break once every so often, not a big deal. Every 15-minute break you got y'all together sitting up talking, kikiing. Okay, no.
Now,
You're doing too much. And like I said, it's a fine line. It's a real fine line.
it can go left real quick. You're right. So, CJ, in your situation, when you were involved with your work wife, what
Yeah.
exactly?
Yeah, I love her motherfucking ass. I ain't gonna hold you. Hell yeah. Oh my, they're my shit for real. Hey, now hold on. Hey, so I've been on the side of the fence, right? So I've been on both sides of the fence, right? So y'all know, if y'all know me long enough, I done said this. I was jokingly saying, but I was dead ass for real when I was saying, man, my damn girl's getting her shit crunched in the damn UPS trailers and shit, right? So here's a little backstory. Now, mind you, just an FYI, I've had a remote from home job, and then the job I have now is predominantly male. So this is not anytime soon. This was youngster, right? So
Okay.
check me, right? So so
You
I
made this
used to
perfectly clear. Maybe.
yeah. I got very perfectly clear, right? So what happened is, I was talking to this little, what I'm saying, and she used to work at Amazon. And she just got the job, but I was hearing all the stuff about like the warehouse job. Like, nah, man, you don't want your girl working at no truck driving or this, that, third, but she needed some extra money, whatever, on some college stuff. I said, I bet. So she did her thing, right? And then I started noticing, I started noticing her manager or whatever started her walking to my car because she didn't have a car to get to work at the time. So, so I was like, hey, like, who this dude out here, bringing you to my car? He's like, oh, no, that's just the manager. He want to make sure I got home safe. Oh, look. I said, girl, is you dumb? Is you slow? Is you retarded? Which one are you? Is you just a cheese head? Like, what you got going on? She was like, well, nothing. We just, he's making sure. But I said, oh, okay. But see, I was a youngster. Mind you, I was like 19. So I was a youngster. So I didn't know this is a manager. The girl I was dealing with at the time, she's 20. The manager probably was like maybe 26, 27. It's kind of like that power thing. He get more money than me. This, that, third. I'm out here beating with this goddamn, this old ass Nissan Altima and shit, right? Anyway, right? Time started going. Oh, hold on, mind you. Hey, hold on, time out. That was before, I started getting my sweat on before I started wearing these chains. Hey, this back when I was dusty, musty, crusty. Hey, my hair wasn't on fleek shit. But anyway, check me, right? 4 weeks go by, and I'm noticing, she said, you know what? My manager gonna take me, right? I'm just like, oh, okay. But so see, this is me being delusional. It wasn't until We went to the damn you know how they be having them company functions and shit at Amazon? Yeah. So we went to bowling out there in Oak Cliff, and then I'm like, I'm trying to meet the manager dude. He ain't here. And so then one of the homeboys, he was like, hey, so that's your girl. I ain't gonna say it. Fuck it, I'm telling you. Her name was Crystal, right? Fuck it, I don't care. So her name was Crystal, right? Hey, so then that's when, hey, hold on. So then homeboy told me, hey, so you know your girl Crystal? I said, yeah, I'm out here cheesing. Yeah, that my shouter, man. That my look. He was like, hey, she out here, fucking with fucking Joseph. That's his name, Joseph. And I know his name was Joseph because he found him on LinkedIn. I don't care, right? Anyway, he said, hey, that they into some series, right? I said, nah, that ain't true. Turns to find out she ends up leaving me. I got close with the dude, and they both end up losing a job, right? And you're right. And so then I asked the dude, I said, hey, like, what happened, this, that, and the third? He said, bruh, you ain't gonna believe it. So I don't know if that's your chick or your ex chick or whatever, but they got caught crunching on crunch time in the back of the trailer in that hot ass assembly line. It was them two closing, and he was in the spanking her shit, like Keisha Walker was saying. So,
read Keisha's comments. Who's reading Keisha's comment? We need to read.
I was driving a fishbowl, a car without window tint, and the UPS driver and me were touching inappropriately in the car all the time. My work husband could never.
Okay, we have another comment. And Rita says, if I don't feel any attraction to a man, I can just be friends. If I have some attraction towards him, I would keep a distance if he's already in a relationship. Yeah. I've been in situations where my married co-workers had feelings for me, so I distance myself from them. I don't know why these married men do that shit. Like, stop. Anyway, Keisha says, "Oh, we name dropping." If you're watching, holla at your
no!
Tap them cheeks, boo. Girl, Keisha. Y'all, Keisha's
and this an FYI, it's just so bad because y'all know me and Keisha, we only live like 5 minutes away from each other. Like, so it don't even. So stop, T lady. Damn. Oh.
So let me ask you, CJ, when you found out that a girl was in a relationship with that guy, because you had formed a bond with her and you were cool, did you feel some type of way?
Yeah, nigga was hurt. I was in this bitch crying. I was out here on that slow. I was in here like this. I was in here like this. Hey, for real. No, like, I mean, but like, real talk, I was hurt. But here's the one thing, I was hurt. I was hurt because she wanted a man that can do the things that she wanted to do. Obviously, I wasn't making the money, so I wasn't there yet. So it's the fact that you chose another nigga that is in a higher status than me, getting more money than me, he this, that, and the third. So it hurt me. But so, yeah, I was hurt. Yeah, I was hurt.
Okay, so were you all in a relationship?
Yes, we were.
Bluntly, did she have both of y'all? Was she doing both of y'all?
Now I'm thinking about it. It's been some times I tried. She said, nah, not tonight. I'm like, ooh, you motherfucker. I said, ooh, I knew. No, I tried.
You got that one, huh?
She's like, nah, because she was getting packed out. But no, but that taught me valuable lesson, and that taught me with that real work. So so anytime I'm dealing with anybody, sometimes I be asking like, hey, like, have you, what I'm saying, with a coworker, dead ass, because real life the coworker, they see y'all more than y'all see like y'all mans and y'all significant others. So that's real talk.
Yeah,
but I hope that you get that. That was trauma for you, wasn't it?
That was trauma. The boy was standing in the corner. Okay.
Hey, I was in here with the Omarion song in the back. Gabriel, you want to break this up for the and hurt.
Yeah.
Feelings, obviously. I mean, he was liking a girl. Was she older?
Oh, she was a tad bit older. I mean, I was 19, she was 21. So, but
2 years, isn't it?
But I'm gonna let somebody else go. But I got a situation where I was the one. Talk about that. I'm gonna let somebody else go. But no, yeah, that shit dead, man. You dealing with my ass. You better. Matter of fact, hey, you know what? You know what? And now I don't even care if it was in the past. If we talking at this point, you gotta get you another job because I ain't going for that. You gonna have to better go on LinkedIn, baby.
I can see why you feel so strongly about it, and I understand it. But guys, like you said, CJ, the reality is that we spend more time at work than we do with our own families. I think when it gets really the lines get gray is when the work husband and work wife they start complaining about their spouses, and that's something you should not do. Because once you start talking about your man, or he starts talking about his woman, the man thinks, well, I can do better. I know what she needs, but really, you don't really know. She's actually told you. She's given you the blueprint. You don't know shit, really. You only know what she's told you. You don't know that she's a terrible wife at home. You don't know that she don't keep it clean now. She don't cook. All you're hearing about is what this nigga did or didn't do. And and you have to be mature enough to be able to like decipher, what's real and what's not. Because most times people tell you shit, they're not telling you what they did at all, what they contributed.
Now, one of my friends, she started talking to her son's football coach. Um, like he
Ooh,
called her one day while she said, well, I asked her, how did it start? Because
their
she
coach is
said
bad.
he called her one day and was talking about her son and then asked, how you doing? What's going on? And she said they just started a conversation. And then from that, they just talked all the time. And she felt like he was there for her when her husband wasn't. And her husband ended up getting divorced and she married the football coach.
Y'all, that football coach thing, you have to be careful. Especially, anyway, I could go on a whole.
Nah, we know. Yeah, we know. And he want that extra playing time. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I know all about it.
My son tells me straight up, Mama, I don't want you to come in the field house. I don't go in the field house. Like one day he forgot his phone, and I'm like, oh my god, I need to get his phone thing. He told me, don't come in here again. And we laughed about it, but he don't want me to come in the field house
Oh, wow.
at all. But that's because there's conversations that I haven't heard. That he's not telling. Obviously, he's not telling me some things that have been said, and I don't know what's been said. But when it comes to certain things, he does not want to talk about it. And so
Right.
I understand that the coach probably was watching the mama for a long time.
Probably. He left his wife and she left
Yeah.
her husband. They got married. They've been married for like a year now. Yeah.
Not necessarily. CJ Dog, you slid down the wall,
Yeah.
player, behind some broad. We
He
need to
needs,
talk later, man.
I thought you. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I really says back in the day, everyone was saying that everyone that works in the main post office get divorced because of cheating. Hey, and Rita says it's Dallas post office. Probably.
I believe it.
He just said I was happy giving Byron what he needed. It was a shared
Bro.
experience. However, he was giving me that brown round. What the hell does brown round mean?
Not what I'm thinking it is. I hope not.
Now guys, can anybody on TikTok? What does brown round mean?
You don't want to know.
Yo, daughter, hey, cause you know your daughter follow me. I'm end up sending her this. I'm gonna be like, hey, man, get your mama off here. Your mama tweaking.
What is brown round?
You don't want to know.
Yeah, I mean, I can tell you, but we
You don't
probably
wanna
get kicked
know.
off Facebook.
But when you're in a leadership role, I think it's very important for you to have those gates and safeguards up so that oh, that's what the brown. Okay, brown round.
I'm
Okay.
not even gonna say it out loud. I cannot.
All right. So I think that when you're in a leadership role and you're working a lot, especially with people, I think it's you have to have those safeguards up to say, hey, I'm not going to cross this line or I'm not going to cross that line. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not going to get your number. Don't give me your number. I don't need your personal number. I don't need that. You don't need my personal number. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I get that. I mean, the boundaries should be in place, but that's not always the case. Again,
Well,
I will say when I was, because my marriage was tumultuous. I can see how I could have easily gone down that rabbit hole. I can see how it could have happened. if I wasn't the way I was. Because if I'm in a relationship or I'm married, I don't look off to the left or right. I'm like very focused,
You're
right?
focused on that one relationship, yeah.
On that, even though it's shitty, you know.
Yeah.
Well, so and to your point, Grace and Kim, and of course you too, Felicia. I was gonna say, and then when that leadership role, it's also dangerous because you know I'm gonna read this one. Texas instrument divorce rate was high. Also, yeah, that's true. Aunt we the how you
That's
doing?
true. My mom worked for
W
Texas
right,
Instruments, divorced.
Really?
Okay.
word.
Okay.
But like but when you're in that leadership role, and I see it a lot more. I'm noticing it. Managers start playing favorites. Managers start, or executive, whoever it is, they start giving homegirl more hours. Or if your salary, hey, she get that promotion first. It's this, that, and the third. Things not making sense, right?
Mhm.
But it's very dangerous because when y'all on bad terms. Now I was told. Now I don't know how true this is, and this is, you understand. This is my upbringing, so it's probably wrong. This is what I was told. I was told, like, hey, like, when it come to your woman, you gotta be careful when somebody got some real somebody got some more money than you, somebody got some real authoritative figure. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you may need to watch it. You need to, keep your girl on a close grip, because if not, she's gonna fold. You know what I'm saying? That's not to say that's for.
No, though.
I don't
No,
know about that.
well. Just hear me out. Just hear me out. I'm not saying that's true, but I'm just saying, when things aren't working the best for somebody that's maybe immaturely, or that's something, that's hasn't, maybe that's not like a season, that's been in a serious relationship, somebody that's not seasoned, when they start feeling comfort in other people, co-workers, managers, whoever, they may not know that you're giving up the play. And then also, when you're down bad, I don't care who you are, and people can say I'm lying or not. When you down bad, when people, when y'all beefing real hard, when somebody gives you a little bit of comfort to escape that realm, that's a little, that's a little dangerous. It's a
No,
little thought.
I agree with what you're saying, CJ, but something you said that made me start thinking. If you have to keep a grip on your girl, mm-mm. I don't want anybody that I gotta hold on tight to. Because if you think about it, nothing worth holding on to requires a tight grip. I'm sorry, I'm not gonna do. I'm not gonna spend sleepless nights worrying about who the hell you talking to. Are you gonna go for this other person? If that's the case, tear your ass. Because there are other niggas and there are other women. I'm saying we shouldn't. Anyway, I have a whole thoughts about that. I'm just not. I'm not.
How how
I
do
had a lot of
we
guy friends that were married, like a lot of guy work friends that were married. And one of the things I would do is, if he got to complaining about his wife, I would just say, "Well, why did you marry her?" Like a real question. Was she this and she that and she's this and she's that? Okay, well, you need to remember that part of why you're with her. This is why you're with her. She's a good mother. She's this. She's that. Yeah, maybe she didn't clean up, or maybe she didn't
Right.
wash the clothes, but she's still that same good woman. What did you do to help her? So I always redirected that to not to get, because I didn't want them not to get with them. But I think what a lot of women do is like, if you was my man, shoot, I cook for
I
you.
know, right?
If you
Yeah.
was my man, I do this, but I'm a wife. So I always would ask, well, I understand that you're upset with her right now, but why did you marry her? Well, she was this and she was that, and well, remember that part. Try to bring up the good things about his wife, because it's not all bad. You've been with her over 5 years, so it ain't all bad. So I think it was more that the relationship with them was more like, advice, not to get with. Can't nobody take me away from Big Daddy. That's just what it is.
Tell
This yeah. Love does fade over time.
No, it doesn't.
Love is definitely a choice. It is a choice. You okay? As I mean, I've been married for 20 years. I was married for 20 years, right? So in a relationship, it's different ebbs and flows of things, right? So
It
you have to
changes
make a
over
choice,
time.
right? You have
Mhm.
to make a choice now. Okay, I choose to love this person. Every day is not a good day. It's not. I mean, because you can not like somebody, but you can love them. So
My best friend, prime example, her and her husband, they loved each other, but they were no longer in love with each other. And they were getting ready to get a divorce, and he found out he had cancer, and she refused to divorce him because he would lose his benefits. And she loved him up until his death. She took care of up until his death. They were not in love, they were not together, but she loved him. He was the father of her kids. The love changed, but it wasn't an in love, it was a love. Like, I love him. I would never want to see him suffer or be without. So I think love changes over time. Even with people, you can still love your ex-husband, Rabia, but you don't want to be with him just because you can still love him. But that doesn't mean you want to be with him, you know. So
right now, like he's actually dying of liver failure. I feel empathy towards him, but even if he had a new liver, I wouldn't want him. Girl, I wouldn't touch him with the anyway.
So
Yes.
how does a wife discern if her husband is his work wife is more than just a work wife?
calling, going to lunch together. She doing
Right.
too much. You
I mean,
doing too
she's
much.
not there to see them go to lunch together, but does he talk about
Is he
his
paying for
work
lunch?
wife a lot? You
Is he
know,
paying for lunch? She'll see that. Is
Okay.
he buying her lunch?
Right. Please read this comment. And Rita said, if my man is not showing me attention, I'll play Lou Rawls' song. I don't have to beg you to love me because someone else will never give me attention.
Not Lou Rawls.
Oh, God.
All the way back. I mean, you know. I think as a wife, you know. I mean, you may not blatantly know at first, but like sometimes in hindsight, you're like, yeah, he was doing it. Yeah, he was doing it. Because I pay attention, you know, I pay attention. If my husband
because
don't kiss me or hit me on the bottom, I'd be like, okay, what's going on with you? You know, what's
yeah,
going on? You know,
yeah,
it's like
yeah.
little things that we do, just natural. When that kind of stuff runs out, you kind of give him the side eye, like, what you got going? But my husband worked with a bunch of dudes, so I've never had that problem. He ain't gonna get a work husband.
Well, so in this, here's something else that something that I'll kind of save it towards the end to the later half of the episode. But I did research, and I remember this right during COVID, right between what COVID really got popping around February of 2020, and people didn't start returning to normal somewhat around January 2021, around March 2021, right? And
Right.
we all was talking about how the divorce was like, sky high. Everybody knew that, right? So on a percentile, right? Us as a man, and I'm talking about us in the black community, right? We were already getting at a divorce rate of about 17%. And I looked this up. When the COVID stuff happened, it skyrocketed to like 46.
Wow.
14, that is a big ass increase.
That
And
is.
of course people were saying, because when you're, because and truthfully, if you break down your day, I'm gonna just, let's just say you got to get to work at 7 if you got a 9 to 5 or whatever, or let's just say 9 to 5, right? Even though, that's 9 to 5. That's low key like 10 hours, but that hour of break, right? So that's 9 to 5, and then everybody got their kids, right? So, Rabia, you got the superstar football player. Felicia, you too. Kim, your kid's grown, I think, right? You said they was in New Mexico. See, I remember that. Come on, I keep up, right? But anyway, hey, see, I remember. But
I
anyway,
appreciate that, CJ.
Hey, anything for you. But anyway, but yeah, so work is over at 5. We gotta take the kids football, basketball practice, band practice, whatever. That's about maybe 2 hours. 7 o'clock, gotta come get them. Dinner, gotta somewhat be ready by 8. Gotta get the kids, situated. I mean, if you're a little bit, if your kid's a little bit older, they kind of know how to, get themselves situated. But still, you gotta facilitate the homework, do all of that. So you really don't have no time, for your significant other like that. So it can be a one-on-one till around that night, around maybe like 9 o'clock. So that's like from 9 to 9, and all those hours, you're spending the majority of your time at work. And that creates a lot of opportunity. So when people was shacked up together because you couldn't go nowhere, you starting to see like, damn, that's what you do at your job, or like, damn, it's a lot of, so
They
Yeah,
spend time with each other and they realize, I don't like
yeah,
you.
I don't really like you.
I don't
right.
really like you. I
But
don't want to be with
I
you.
it brought me and my husband closer together. Weird, but what we did is we still were at work. He was in his office with the door closed. I was in another room doing work. He'd go take a break outside. We don't take breaks together. I would go shopping on my break. I would go out, go to the store, come home. So at the end of the day, we both were actually quote unquote working. And I think if you're sitting down there talking and y'all never talk, like you said, CJ, before, you really find out you don't really like that person.
I don't like you.
Yeah. I like working home. Me and
And
my
maybe
husband
that's
work from
why it
home. We both
skyrocketed
remote
too.
from home. But it's like we still have our space. Like he gets in his office, closes the door, and works. And I'm in another room and I'm working. So it's not like we're talking. And I think that's what happened is people weren't actually working. They was trying to talk and conversate, and she get on my nerves, or he dumb, he get on my nerves.
Not
He
quite
good
what I
for a little
thought.
while, but not too long. Like I can talk to him for an hour or two, but that's about it. He doing too much. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's how some people were thinking, and that's probably why they got a
And then
divorce.
maybe they were
Man is a
missing their
creature
boo
of
thing at
behavior.
work.
When the
Maybe they were
behavior
missing their
changes,
boo
watch
thing
out.
at work, CJ.
Okay. Okay, go ahead, Felicia.
No, I just said a man is a creature of behavior. When the behavior change, the watch out.
Facts.
Yeah.
And then there goes Keisha girl.
Oh, also the men they get all beside themselves in regard to ain't no work husband or the main ones, Felicia. It's not hit. It's not hit me the bottom. Ooh, wait a minute.
It's not hitting you on
It's not hitting me on the bottom. It's popping me on the ass.
You don't have to be politically correct all the time.
That's what she said. And then there's this comment, Mr. Dawkins.
Robbie, you need to practice your
Stop,
fashion.
bro.
But
Stop.
anywho,
Well, I try to keep it PG-13.
okay,
We
so
have a shade room around here. Damn.
Ivan Dawkins, stop.
he a hater. And Rita says if he had started wearing cologne to work in the mirror longer, have stepped on all his appearance all of a sudden.
Yes, yeah, like
Yeah.
no.
Yeah. Yeah. Just start doing different stuff. Men are a creature of habit. He been sitting up eating Ben and Jerry's and stuff. Ain't been worried about his health. And next thing you know, he get up at 5 going to the gym. No. What you do?
Yeah.
Yeah, you doing something different. But it's
you know,
different even when, because I've been like, baby, come on, let's work out. Let's work out together. Let's go walk together, something like that. Or, I've had conversations with my husband. He's like, I'm worried about my health. I really need to lose weight. But that's different. But I mean, that change, they buying new underwear. I don't wear this kind of underwear no more. I wear these, bought all new drawers, all new. Nah, they doing something.
She coming for you now.
I'll read it. CJ, quit acting brand new. If it wasn't for two people clapping cheeks, you wouldn't be here. It's different, man.
What?
Stop,
bro.
Chill.
Can tell.
The woman can tell. She can. I was talking about real clapping when she was clapping for CJ because he keeps up with y'all. That's it. Shaking my head.
Man.
Hey.
All right.
Talking about real clapping.
Oh, okay.
But anywho, he just said boo. Hey, there's something Keisha knows about you that we don't know. So what Keisha tell us on it.
Hey, you know what? Hey, because we live so close, I'm gonna have to see if either I come over there or she come here. I mean, we gotta do like an episode where she's just like right here, but she. Man, I'm gonna tell your daughter, man, because I'll follow us. I'm gonna be like, hey, he's like, man, you better get your tea light, you better get your mama or whatever. But you know what I did want to share? So I did want to share about a time, and this is still back when I was this is back when I was working at Sam's, and I had this little like whatever, was trying to like be on some like what's happening, he's trying to be on what's happening, but and actually, and it's a part two to that too, right? And I'm gonna say, right? So, but you know me, I was scared because people just don't know how to be chill. Like, people just don't know. Because then before you know it, you trying to walk through the break room. Here he go, right? Here he go.
He has to demonstrate.
Oh, my bad. Let me. Oh, my bad. Just start just start doing like all the extra stuff, and it's becoming apparent. But then for people that got shit to lose, like now, shit, hey, boy, I stepped up a little bit of the money now, so I ain't gonna try to mess up what I got going on,
No.
so it starts to get more apparent, and it starts to look more unprofessional.
Mhm.
So so of course it looks a little cute, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, I was too scared, and I remember Felicia said something how the husband came at the job trying to go ahead and end it. So we had
Right.
a situation, and we had a manager. It was a young manager. He was 28. Talked to this chick. She was like maybe 29, 30, something like that. He was in a management position. He used to always look fly. Now, this was back at Sam's, so I ain't know Sam's man was getting paid like that. He was fly. He had the little Gucci, like the little purse, little whatever, the little slingshot shit. Hey, he was looking fly. And this was the same girl that was trying to holler at me. I said, oh, hey, she done stepped up game. She trying to roll with the manager, right? Let me
Mm-hmm.
tell you how that shit end, right? We used to go to bowling, right? No. Okay, I'm sorry. Before that, this was a day, I guess I must have been off. But of course, anytime you off somewhere, this the most crazy shit happened. Goddamn Jesus came back for a little bit, dapped everybody up, said what's happening. Right.
Oh, you're
So
off day.
right. Hey. So I came back to work. They said, man, you know what happened? I said, shit, what word is? He said, man, her husband came up here.
Oh wow.
Like on something, and he came up here. He wasn't on no trying to, he was trying to tell you like, hey, like who this person is, this, that, and the third. Got you acting different at the crib. It was a whole different scene. Anyway, what ended up happening, the conclusion, she ends up leaving her man's, like the husband she had, got with the manager probably because of the status, the money a little bit. He flying her every time you see them taking lunch together. It just looks so unprofessional, and to my knowledge, they still together now. Hell, they got a family, got a little child, you know what I'm saying? So
Who is
Another clapping is a good thing. Don't get twisted.
bro. These young people. Hey, these young people, man.
And we just said, I forgot, he will also want to try new sexual positions after 10 years. Ah!
Girl, now that may be for other reasons.
Right. Keisha says, hold on. She was into a man toting a purse. CJ, you got the bullet, my guy. What's wrong with the man purse? Ain't nothing wrong with the man purse.
I ain't rocking no. Hey, hold on, you know what?
My husband don't carry a man purse. Sorry, guys.
I see my big ass dad. Mind you, my dad is like the biggest person. The strongest, biggest person. He's taller than me. He like 300 and he like 300 some pounds. He's a muscle head. This dude had a purse like the fanny pack. I said, Dad, what is you doing? He said, ain't this what the young kids got going on nowadays? Now mind you, my dad 50, he's 56. No, he's 57 years old. So I'm like, Dad, man, what you doing at Windstar? Like, man, he's like, man, I'm trying to be the, so yeah, that man purse. I had to tell my dad, I said, Dad, man, that ain't the move, Dad. You need to go back to wearing your backpack or something with that man purse. I'm like, man, we ain't.
Yeah, that man purse is something different. But in a lot of work situations, like the one that CJ alluded to that I was talking about, that the girl and the guy, the text messages got read by the husband. The husband ended up calling the other dude's wife. The other dude's wife. And he came up there with with a pow talking about who said his full government name. Where is so and so and so?
Wow.
And it was like we had like security right there in the front. And the security guard was, first of all, he about 90. He can't hold nobody back. But we could see over the overhang because like it was some stairs. We could see over the overhang. He was down there, and he said, "I'll give anybody $100 if they bring the full government name. Let's just say Mark Wallace down." shit, people was like, man, they looking for you. He said, I ain't going nowhere. He didn't. He stayed right in his seat. That dude was down there. And they ended up calling some other security
You have to.
come get him.
But
yeah, he wanted to get pow him.
No way.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Two on the show. I still have so much to say on this topic. I think I shared with you last week when I had literally spoke to this guy for one day. Literally one day. Didn't know he was married. Had no clue. And his wife called me, and they were Jamaican. So you know that she was crazy.
Yeah.
I felt some type of way. I was like, damn, I haven't been in a fight since I was in Africa. I ain't fighting up with no man.
Yeah. People, man, it's a lot that go into being married, and you mess up somebody's marriage. This I think Tabitha Brown husband was saying you're dealing with in-laws. Right. People gonna be upset, kids. It's a whole bunch of other moving parts with a marriage because we're all connected. It's like, yeah, that ain't good. And some men will kill for their wives. I'm just saying they serious about it.
And Rita says, I don't care for seeing the man with the man purse. I see it's been weak. I don't mind it.
If you're traveling, no, I don't think. But that's your everyday deal.
Yeah. Now that I can see, you're not going to have purses every day. Not like that. Like when I have a purse, you take your crossbody too. That's a little.
If you're traveling, I can see what you call those fanny packs. Traveling. Yeah. You got some stuff you need to put in it right quick, but usually my husband takes a backpack. But if that's the only way I can see it. Like,
see, that's what I told my dad.
We get ready to go out to eat. You talk about let me get my purse? No, absolutely not.
Wait, Keisha says exactly, Miss Rita. You may as well drink tea with these fingers. Hold on though. Like from my background, right? English, African, they do drink tea like that, and they ain't gay. Or they don't like weak. No. Oh, now you're all quiet. But that's the truth, though. They're not. They just like
that's a cultural thing, though, because you also have men like Israeli. They walk hand in hand with their arms, Yeah, but they're not gay. That's just a cultural thing.
They even kiss each other on the cheeks and stuff like that. Which, like yeah.
You go somewhere besides America, y'all. People different things.
So people in the DR, because my mom, she was partially raised in the DR before she moved to Houston. So when I went to the Dominican Republic, it is very a common thing to see like men, and I was like, what the fuck? Like I see like men like sitting on each other's lap when it's like when y'all in like a tight space, like like they'd sit on each other's lap. Like I mean it ain't on no weird, but like that's just what they on. I was like, hey, is y'all like y'all cool? Like, but they just said, or if they comforting each other, like if somebody's crying, like they'll cry to their homeboy and they'll be like super, super close and then like, kiss them on the forehead. Like it's a little touchy feeling. In the States, we would call that a little suspect. But
it's just a different culture. They're raised different. It's a different culture.
There's a lot of different things that when I think about how I grew up, but to be honest, the way that I grew up, some of the things that the men do with the men, I can't see it over here. Even I feel some type of way when I go back home. So it definitely is a culture. And I got to remind myself. Like I tell you guys, the kissing on the lips, it's normal for men and women to kiss on the lips, even though they're not romantically involved. That's not uncommon. It's just like me being in the States for so long. I'm like, oh, they don't, you can't kiss me on my lips. But back in the day, I tell you, my ex-husband said, put a stop to that shit. He was like, no, what's this? But cultural things, yeah. Mother Maya says it doesn't have to be called a purse. It's true. Sitting on each other's laps are bullshit.
That's I'm trying to tell you, that's what they did. They sat on each other's laps. I mean, but like it was, you know what? Maybe I was just in the weird part.
Nah,
I was just in the strange part. You know what I'm saying? So
it is kind of funny. But guys, Kim is private messaging me. Tell them what you're saying, Kim.
It's time to do last thoughts. I have to go at 8.
Okay, who would like to go first?
Me, I think that when you have a work spouse, I think that it can be innocent because it has been on my end, but I wouldn't recommend it because, as Felicia said, there's that really thin line that is you can cross so easily, especially if you're not grounded in your current relationship. If you're not grounded in that, then don't do that because you're not solid there. If you're not solid there, no, don't do it.
Mhm.
Yeah, and then I'll go to keep it like this. I'm so sorry.
If a guy sat on my lap, I'm going to be looking between his legs. If he got an arousal, I'm done with it.
Oh Lord, no.
Man, y'all making fun of my people out there, man. They got, you know what I'm saying? Like, Republicana, you know. Let me stop. But, no, but all right, but I'm going to just, end this off that whole work, husband, stop it. Hey, that whole work husband, that whole work relationship, I would say be careful. I wouldn't do it because I don't want to mess up my money. That's the priority. But if you do decide to do it, y'all need to be on the same page. But still, don't do it. Wait till after work or just date somebody else. That's not at your job because there's plenty of other people out there. But go ahead.
Damn straight, Miss Wheelie. Might as well have a coochie. You sure? Girl.
No, no, I just ditto with Kim and what CJ said. It's best to just stay away from it, especially if you know you weak or you're attracted to that person.
That's true.
No, absolutely not.
Yeah,
Especially if it's your manager or your boss, it can mess up your career. Absolutely not. No.
I
So I
agree.
just say it's not a good idea.
Not at all. And even be careful of the work sons, okay?
Yeah, be
I'm
careful.
still trying to understand
Shit.
that one.
No, okay, so work son is a person that's like your son because you are older woman, right? But then once you go through divorce, then your work son tells you, hey, I've always liked you.
Oh
Then,
wow.
yeah, so then the work son and relationship can change and you can find yourself in a pickle of a mess if you continue going down that path.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Yeah,
Just
yeah,
saying, just saying,
yeah,
just saying.
Just
yeah.
saying.
We just saying.
If
Yeah.
the work sons, the work wives, the work husbands. But on a serious note, though, if you respect your person, right, then you're always going to make sure that he's respected, even when he's not in your company, right?
Right. Right.
But I don't think some of us are mature enough for that. Oh, Keisha says that's cougar love. Is it? Is it? Because that was a work son relationship until it got to
A son is how much years younger?
13. Say
That's
13.
cougar. If it turns into something else, that's cougar.
Hey, that could be the next combo, but I don't want to stay here too long. We
No.
know Kim got to do her.
Anyway, guys, Kim got to go.
Okay.
Great be with you, CJ. Thank you for coming again and for giving us your inputs. And guys, before we go, this was CJ's
Yeah.
recommendation and his idea. And after he shared, what, boy, I understand why. Because you still trying.
Yeah. On that wall, crying.
Okay. Anyway, guys, thank you for listening. We enjoyed having you. We'll see you again next week. Bye.
Bye.